Okay. Do a take care of some diesel leaks on a 721 grasshopper with it's got a 722 motor in it. I don't know if it's worth looking at. It's back there, but 722 is in the block itself. We got this leak right down here that we're dealing with. Let's see what we get. See if we can catch some of it leaking. Alright, the previous owner attempted, well, whether they was tampering evidence around the edge of these outputs for the high pressure pump. And you can see a little bright metal down there. Don't know if these are the same ones that came stock on the block or not, as far as the pump itself. So what they did, you can see it there, only one of them though is wallowed out. I tried my security bit, a tamper-proof bit, and no luck. So what I'm gonna have to do is take trusty Dremel. The plan is to use it to make it into a spade. Oops, there you go. You can do a spade. So cut a groove in it and hopefully get enough torque on it so that way I can get one of my trusty, either the a normal one, or worst case get a little thicker, the easy out or hammer type that you'd normally be banging on to get a big one. So we'll see which one fits and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's what we ended up with. You see that groove in there? Take a bit, let's see if we can't get lucky. Looks like we got success. At least it's broken loose. Alright. That problem's been resolved. I'm going to blow it off, get all the debris from grinding out of the way before I go ahead and expose it to the system, and I'll be back with you.
But you better get them soon. Catch you by the sales today, they're not going to last long. They're gone, like I said, they're going to have a few to get away, but not many. Another sellout before they go find them. And then there's another show. It goes a little something like this. Hey traders, first today here at Cabin Sprang Central Station, and a lot more so on 64th Highway 71 South. Don't miss this show. Otherwise, you cracked on Tuesday, March the 19th, a lot more so. Listen to your chance to win tickets and big masses. Real rock from Thunder TV. And the
Power Structure better. How about one that's warranty for as long as you want it? That's right. Bring this down, including lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, and every pre-owned with less than 100,000 miles. Bring Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, bring Hyundai, and bring Kia. You pay nothing extra for the lifetime warranty. Plus, you still get those unbeatable deals. Visit BringAutoGroup.com for details. And remember, when the deal is done, bring the one. Not applicable to bring auto credit purchases. License vehicle.
Sportsman Accounting Services offers affordable prices on bookkeeping, payroll, tax, and notary services. Sportsman Accounting can save you time and money preparing your tax return. Preparation of a standard 1040 in one state, just $100. Call 479-242-3619. Sportsman Accounting Services. Your daddy can take almost anything. Come on. Okay, let's see. 1 mile west of the Harrison Avenue Bridge in Oklahoma. With over 50 beautiful women. Now we can people. You know, take Valentine's Day out there. Hey, why not after the other Cheyenne? That was a good time to do. Hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I'm not measuring you out twice today. Snowman Square. Stephen Square, congratulations again to the two Johns, John Grimm and John Ingram. They hit me up on Facebook and won themselves each a pair of tickets to go see the Hoop tonight. The location I was planning on going, but things came up and I couldn't go, so John Grimm got my tickets and somebody else gave me the pair, and John Ingram got those. They'll be sitting right next to each other over the occasion house. Yes, they will. Hopefully you didn't get your Valentine today. It's not a good thing, guys, especially you guys. Keep talking about it. I know, I was single, I always forgot it. There was lunch review and segment, and of course, party.
Okay, here comes the party I was waiting for. It's actually loose and ready to go. But I don't know what's in here. I've seen the illustrated parts breakdown on the Kubota website, but I can't tell if this is going to all come out as one assembly. Hopefully it will. Hopefully there's nothing flopping around down in there.
Lined up for you in this 6 o'clock hour. Some Marilyn Manson, going back to the classics on him. Some AC/DC, speaking of classics, Ozzy. And the new one from, what's
So there we go. Here's the 2 rubber washers that I'm going to replace, and hopefully that'll take care of the leak. So I'm going to take the other 2 out just like that, and get ready to go. Just an additional note, it was worth looking at that flat spot at the very end, right here. That goes towards the top, or actually this towards the valve cover gasket, and the round end goes towards the outside of the motor. Okay, I'm gonna end up doing these one at a time. Here's the package. Part number. There's 6 of them in here that I picked up, and just gonna simply remove and replace the washers, rubber grommets, and recommended from the guy that sold me these at the rebuild place is that use some Vaseline around them for installation. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got the new O-rings installed. Tripod's not cooperating. So they're on there. And those of you that have done this before or have a clue about what's going on here, ran into this. There's a I don't know the name of it down in here. Actuator of some sort that comes up to let the fuel through. The problem is, can't get it back in because it's not centered. You try and lift it up to center it so you can put it back in, and it just flops back down. So, oh, maybe it won't. So that's going to be the fight. I'm going to work with it for a little while. I might end up jacking the whole machine up, so that way it's up straight and level, and will have less of a tendency to flop back down on its own. But if I can somehow get it to sit, like maybe like that, be able to get back in there. Like I said, I'm going to put a little Vaseline on those O-rings as recommended. It'd go in easier, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I was able to get it in fairly easily without having to jack it up. I managed to get it to stay straight and centered where it needed to be. It went in fairly easy. If you take a look at these, you know, I've heard some warnings about timing issues with messing with this, and I wasn't sure how that was going to be a factor. But what I'm seeing now is that the holes are oblong, which would allow you to turn these clockwise and counterclockwise a little bit, and that's the only thing I can think of as far as ability to adjust timing with these, which may in fact be the case. But I haven't touched these other two, and they were all, I didn't pay attention much to the first one when I took it out, but I'm going to put it back in centered and see what I get out of that as far as how well it runs after. But those that know more about these injector pumps and the timing associated with them, that may be a player and something that needs to be maybe marked or paid attention to in the disassembly and assembly process, and even to the point of being able to adjust it after as necessary. But just a point to pay attention to if you can happen to mark these somewhere where you can put a little gash into the ear down onto the injector pump assembly itself, and then maybe use that as an alignment mark for reassembly. Maybe the best bet. But otherwise, fairly simple and straightforward as far as pulling it out, and a little finesse getting it back in. I'm going to finish up the other two, and then we'll go from there.
They could mess with our satellites, throwing out communications tomorrow. Things like radio or TV or cell phone. Not likely, but possible. Oh, and they say it's likely possible that this asteroid goes by us tomorrow. The dead could rise from the graves. We play great music all day because we know how to do it any other way. Before it's 94.5.
Attention normal. Don't miss all 7 Harry Potter books in 73 minutes. Live on stage at Walmart Center. Potty Potter is perfect family entertainment. This show will be loved by all Potter fans ages 5 to 7 tour. Don't miss the live interactive games with Quidditch. Potty Potter, February 16th and 17th at Walmart Center in Facebook. For tickets, call 479-443-5600 or log on to walmartcenter.org.
The Texas City Coalition must give us your chance to win tickets and a chance to meet and greet THC. It's all from Thunder TV and the radio station that really rocks the River Valley. The World Bank will write it down.
After 14 years on Zero Street, ProMed Cooper Clinic has moved 1 mile north to the Phoenix Professional Building, 4600 Towson Avenue, providing urgent care without an appointment 7 days a week. ProMed is now near the corner of Towson and Phoenix. A convenient new location, same doctors, same quality care from board-certified physicians Drs. Canute and Chica. Near Phoenix and Towson, walk-in urgent care at ProMed Cooper Clinic.
You remember when a businessman's promise meant just about everything, but you really take care of it, and you would find something quality. That sounds awful. We promise if we say it, that's the way it is. Refreshing the year, isn't it? We promise you to get to know our people, because we treat you like family. Actually, the people at Sales Software are family. You want a used vehicle at Sales Software? We're going to stand behind everything we sell. You want a top-quality American-made vehicle? You find it here. At Sales Software, here you're not just buying a vehicle. You're buying the respect, trust, and a dealership. It's great. No matter what you need, new, used, service, parts. So stop in and see us. 1300 South Durable Boulevard, Highway 59 South. Sales Software. At Sales Software, you're not just buying a vehicle. You're getting a whole dealership. And that's our promise to you. Refreshing the year, isn't it? Sales Software. I don't know. Let's see. Beer, every game, basketball, what's good? Please stay longer. Right now.
I can the tournament in slow motion real quick.
And I get to enjoy the moment of potential fail together. Do some cleanup so you can see the leak easier. A little brake clean. I expect some potential leaks from the fuel lines. You might have to tighten those up. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll give it a shot here. looks pretty dry. So I would say that right there is how you fix that leak in our Kubota injector pumps.